Well, good morning, baby beans. Nice cool morning today. We got a lot of rain last night. Hi, Mama Beans. I'm coming for you first. Let me turn this water on for the cuckoos. Did you guys snuggle up together through the storms last night? That was a good rain because it was getting a little dry. Although the fall grasses were growing really well and it had some nice dew in the morning. That rain was just in time because these grasses are going to pop more. Do you want to come out? Good morning. Oh, you still have some hay back there I gave you last night. I need to check their mineral. And the big ones need some more mineral and they need something where they're not tipping it over. Hi. Hi, baby. Hello. Hi, baby. All right, let's check their mineral. Oh, they're good. But the mamas do need it. I want to just look them over real quick. I think we're on day 5, maybe. I had to look at the date of weaning. And it was, the youngest was 11 weeks. So some were 12 and a half weeks, and the youngest was 11. So they're all looking good. I had one, she was just looking a little small, but I don't really notice it now. I think they're doing good. And at night, I'm gonna start to give them a flake of hay. I usually give them that, they're like alfalfa pellet treats to bring them in, but they seem to come in on the hay, and that's just gonna give them some extra food to get them nice and full for the evening. So I think they're doing good. See my fly paper? I need to take that down. It's not a big deal if I leave it up, but I don't want to look at it if I don't have to. That's part of my breaking the life cycle. You know, spreading the manure pats out, using lots of fly paper, and then these fly trap, these work really well. I gotta tilt my head down so you can see the camera. I need to make sure I take them in this year. And then you can put your own, a lot of times I'll put yeast and baking soda. And then after a while, the flies get in there and just die, and then they make their own smell, and they just kind of last through the year. Instead of buying the stuff that you put in there that's toxic. And you can start out with that just to get the flies going there, but then you can use like yeast, baking soda, throw a little sugar in there. And then you start getting them in there, and then you get a whole bunch of flies, and they just start dying and making a smell. And then I'll put the fly paper behind these, because they're always flying to these and around. And so they'll grab onto that. That's why those are all there. And flies like solid objects. They tend to really like the gate. And at the front of the waters is good because the cows will come up, get a drink of water, and then the flies will fly off the cow's face and stick to the fly paper. They like solid objects. They like dark objects, so you'll get more flies on the black cows. And then you'll get more flies on Teddy, the males, because they like testosterone. The sheep really, the flies don't bother them. They're not like they are with the cows. Hi, good morning. You ready to come out? I don't know if oh good. I wasn't sure if I get this untied with my gloves or not. Where do I want to sit this? Well, I'm just gonna tie it on here. They don't get into these strings, but I did. So sometimes I wasn't real particular if I dropped one, you know, around the sheep. But I did catch a baby eating one, so I gotta watch that because you don't want that in there rooming. Hello, good morning. Good morning, Mama Beans. Let's go down here. Come on. Come on. They seem to be pretty good separated from their babies now. I need to look that up, but I think I gotta do at least a month. And then if I decide to band my boy over there, I can put them all together. And if I decide to keep him intact and just wait to sell him, then I will need to separate. I will need to put him and my herd sire ram back there, the last one. I'll put them together and then put the girls back together. And then I'll just have to keep them separate until he's sold. And I might keep, if I do it that way, I'd keep them separate anyways. Well, either way, I might keep them separate if I want to wait before he gets the young girls pregnant. We'll see. Good morning, cuckoos. Hello. All right, let's check your guys' area. Come on. Come on. Curly Q. Sweet 16. Who's this? Tim. Go check the area out. And then I'll come back and feed you, okay, Lulu? That sound good? So these last few videos, and probably for a while, not much has happened. It looks easy because, you know, I'm just feeding the animals, letting them out, moving them. And then I do the manure pats. So to a lot of people that might be like, oh, that's, you know, I could do a farm, that's easy. But you have to remember the reason why right now is a easier time because I've see all this fencing? That's already done, like I did that. And just some other projects for the animals, like I haven't had to move the sheep yet. And the cows, that's gonna happen. So keep coming back, hang in there because I think tomorrow I will be moving the chicken fence. And I'll have that in the video. And then maybe, today's Monday. This might last for 4 more days. So maybe in about 4-ish days, I will take this fence and basically, you know, I'll extend down here. I may just end up using this line to extend it. I'd rather use a fence, but just running out of fence that I can get down here. But I'll extend this pathway out, and then this kind of half moon circle will go to the next section. And so they'll just walk longer down this pathway to get that. That's if the electric company doesn't come in to have to do their work. If they have to come in and do their work, then I don't know if I'd do a whole video of it, but I could do partial. All this fencing I gotta move, which, you know, would be a big job. And then I gotta clean out the barns before winter to get them ready for the cows. So it doesn't look like a lot, but there's going to be more happening. And you know, the work is more, comes in chunks when animal areas have to be moved. And I just did tons of work on that pasture, which was before I started making videos. So trust me, just coming out, opening up the animals, letting them out, it's not that easy. It's just, this is a little lull in a little break in all the moving the fences. I mean, I don't think the other stuff's hard. I mean, it's work. I like doing it, and I think it's important. It's all functional movement, so it is important for the body and for exercise. So that is my exercise too. Like, there's a lot of reasons why permanent fencing for everywhere would not be good. It's not good for the land, and it's not good for me either, because the more permanent fencing, the less work I would do, and that wouldn't be good for me. Or I would end up having more stuff I wouldn't have to do, and then I would just have to go work out anyways, right? So might as well get my workout in. That's why I still like carrying the water, doing farmer's carries. A lot of times the chicken feed, I'll just take it from the back of the truck and carry it down the drive, you know, like a sandbag carry, instead of just unloading all of it, unless I have to. The other day I did unload all of it and put it by where I need to fill the chicken feed for them to eat, only because I did need to use the back of the truck for wood. So obviously something like that. So small stuff I try to leave that keeps me doing functional things that humans are meant to do all their lives. So the animals get their exercise and their healthy food, and they move regularly, and so do I. You never want either extremes. You don't want the extreme of hyper people or animals. Like, I wouldn't want my animals like moving miles a day to eat and wearing themselves out. That obvious. Oh, look at the babies playing. Or them having to run all the time, wearing out their adrenals, wearing themselves out. That wouldn't be good. And also them just laying around like they would in a feedlot, or standing around, or having a small area. That's not good. Same for humans. You don't want to be doing extreme cardio all the time, or extreme lifting, and you don't want to be sitting all the time. So if you guys don't already know, some of you do, but I did own a CrossFit gym for 12 years, have a lot of certifications in CrossFit and strongman and Olympic lifting and all that. So I'm not saying I know all about it, but I have learned a lot from that experience about what's best for the body. And even though I don't do a lot of CrossFitting now, I again try to incorporate the functional training as much as I can as I'm doing my farm work, and also lifting, which I haven't been doing a lot of lifting lately, but as winter comes I'll do that a little more. Making sure you're still lifting. You don't have to lift obsessively heavy weights, unsafe amounts of weights, but lifting and some basic functional movement and training and balance things. That's why I'm always climbing over the fences. Every time I get an opportunity, I need to get my rope. I have a rope I need to hang in the tree. I'll make a video of that one day. There's the water. But and then when I'm out on my chores each day, I will do one rope climb a day. Keeping or doing functional things like that a little bit each day. It doesn't have to be obsessive, but I'm gonna hang it from that tree there. I had one in there before, but it got old and fell, but I have another one. And then at the end of chores, I'll climb the rope each day. You guys can come with me. Because if I keep climbing the rope once a day, every day, I'll be able to keep climbing the rope when I'm 90, right? But if I stop doing it, that's when the body loses that adaptation. It's another reason, among many, I prefer not to have a tractor. I like to find the most efficient way to do things that one person could do it. What does it take me? If I'm taking my time, the videos take me about an hour in the morning. At night, it's about 40 minutes, kind of going backwards, putting them up. I need to get them some mineral. And then you'll see, as I'm moving the animals, everything, it just takes one person. It's not huge amounts of time, and it's not like I'm running around and stressed and trying to hurry. Teddy's out there yelling at me. And then I like to keep just enough, like sled pulling. Sometimes this sled is a lot heavier than it is now if you're pulling the snow, or I got more than one bale in there. Sled pulling, farmer's carries, the chicken feed, sandbag carries. This stuff happens weekly, just kind of sprinkled throughout. So I get to take care of the animals, get my exercise, and I'm doing it in a really non-stressful way, non-stressful environment. It's just natural. I would love to see some of you watching this consider looking into, oh, that's the birds, looking into owning some land, even an acre. You can have a couple sheep. Really don't need much. A few chickens. I need to set this where they're not knocking it over. I find a... Yes, these are basically from the horse that was here years ago. Like, I don't know, they wouldn't be called fossilized, but I'm trying to think of the word, from their horse manure. But all right, they keep knocking that over, so that should do it. These are here because when I had the cows in here, you see, like I was saying before, that those blocks where maybe horses in the past had kicked it, I didn't want the cows laying up against there and obviously making the barn fall. So this is a big cement wall, and it looks like it's going in there. I don't know if it's helping with some of the structure, who knows, but this, I didn't buy this place thinking I was going to get animals. I didn't even, you know, what I was going to use the barns for, but boy, there's some nice, it's got 2 barns. That worked out really well. Big barns. All right, so I did, and today I will stop it at the manure pats, because obviously when I'm done with that, I'm pretty much done with them up here. Look at the babies way down there eating. What is that? I think 4 or 5 days. The weaning process really isn't bad as I thought. It just took them a couple days before they're like, okay, hunger always wins, right, mamas? In the end. Oh, did you trip, buddy? This is not for you guys. This is for the coos. They're gonna get what they can. So we did manure pats on the water side yesterday, or this side closest to me right now. So that means we need to do up by the road, the barn area. So that means I need to feed them down here. I fed them down here last night, so this should work. If we find some good spots. Oh no. Look, my sled. I need to get a new sled. I hope they come. They need to get their sleds out. I hope stores have. Does anybody know if stores have the sleds out yet? Because I must have lost that piece. I think it's back there somewhere. I'll put a couple up there. All right, let's see where we can put it down here, you guys. I need a new sled. I don't know. Man, if I didn't have this sled, even for a couple days, that would be a pain. Bringing this stuff out. Carrying this out. I could slide it out on a small tarp, but still, that would be a pain. Whew. Lulu said, get out of the way, Elabella. The coos, or the Highlands, are very adamant on their pecking order. And that's for survival. You know, I mean, you have to have someone in charge and then the upper command, and they learn it quick because, you know, when it's not so much here because I keep them safe. There could be an instance where it'd be important, but so Teddy's 1, Phoebe's 2, or I'm sorry, Teddy's 1, Edie's 2. This is their ranking. Phoebe's 3, Lulu's 4. They just figure out their ranking and their personality. And then the babies are all under Lulu. And then the babies ranking, I believe, is probably Elabella is next. And then Edie's little girl. And then little fella. Just because Elabella was born first. But, you know, when they're out in the wild doing their thing. They're walking around as a, it's not, Highlands aren't herds. A fold, as a fold. And there's danger. You know, Teddy's in charge and he's got to tell the rest of them where to go, what to do. And everybody's got to be able to listen quickly in order to survive. And that's, they are very smart and good at that. That's what's really cool. He's telling Edie, I'm eating first. Okay, Teddy. Teddy's like, stop talking. Give me some food. All right, let me find a clean spot. Actually, well, there's some poo right there. Actually, I like right there, Teddy. It's not bad. You hungry, Lulu? It's coming. I know you gotta wait last. All right, Edie, I'm gonna go right there. It's a nice little clean spot. Lulu, are you hungry? Are you hungry, Lulu? Yeah. No Lulu face. There comes Phoebes. All right. Let's find a clean spot. There's one right here. Right where little fella is. You guys quit eating their food. Hi, buddy. What you doing eating their food? That's my Ram. He's got the cute little stubby face. See how their noses, the girls' noses are longer, even though they're all St. Croix. They, you know, I can tell the difference. Their eyes are different, ears are different. Just like people. They're still, even though they look a lot alike, there's a whole bunch of differences. All right. Put one here. Oh, look at Lulu come running over there. Are you excited? Your mama's faster than you, little fella. he's getting big. So Lulu, so Highlands, look at all those rocks I've got. Highlands do have specific genetic colors if they're true Highlands. Yellow is one of them, which is what Lulu and little fellow is, and then obviously black, which is what Phoebe and Ellabella is, her little girl. And then there's red, obviously what Edie and her little girl is going to turn red. You see how she's getting redder? She has a lot of dark on her. And then there's also dun, which I think is kind of like a dirty grayish mix. And then there's white. I think it's dun, white, and then red, yellow, black. There might be one more, but if there's any other color differences than that, they have something mixed in them. They're not full-blooded. All right, so if I had my rope up, I would do my rope climb before I turned off the video. So maybe we'll get that rope up tomorrow. I gotta find it. It might be in the barn. But now I'm gonna go to my manure spreading. We're gonna do it on that end. So since you guys don't want to sit there through that, basically, if you haven't watched the other videos, I go through there, that half of the pasture, like kind of from the barn to the road. I take a pitchfork and smash out their manure pats, and then each day, and then tomorrow I'll do this side. Stops the flies from, oh, look at my sled, it's all busted. It's still got a little life in it. Many reasons I do that, it breaks down the manure a lot faster. And then if I do a little each day, it takes about 15-20 minutes, depending on how much is on each side. I don't have to use gas and the quad and bring it in here weekly to drag out the pasture, or even put all that weight on the pasture, smashing down the grass with the tires and all that. The more you can avoid that, the better. And then, so it breaks down the manure, it's better for efficiency, spreads it out, so good for the land. It dries out faster, so the cows don't have to be in it. Notice this pasture, and you can see the fresh ones, but it's not like full of manure pats, or they have places to lay down. Because once you spread those out, those manure pats, it only takes a day or two, and they pretty much are almost like just dirt and go right in the ground. And then, super important, I'm doing what birds and chickens would do, is I'm scratching out the manure pats. Well, except birds and chickens, as they're scratching it out, they would eat the larvae and bugs in it, which I'm not doing that. Not that that would be bad. I'm sure it could be healthy, but not my thing. So I spread it out, and that stops the flies. Helps. It's part of the life cycle of stopping the life cycle of the flies, or reducing it at least. And then it spreads it out. It'll attract birds. I'll notice once I spread them out later, birds will come by and they notice when there's fly larvae in there, it wiggling and stuff, and they'll be more apt to come down. So lots of good benefits. So I'll go ahead and stop the video here, and then we'll have a second video. I think I'll do 2 videos, so it's not a whole big long one, of the chickens, which today won't be a lot with the chickens. I am going to move their little movable coop off their spot. So, and then maybe tomorrow we'll get that rope climb in. Now I got to do that. I feel like I said it. I got to make sure I do it. So I'll try to find that rope.